Hello and welcome to the channel. The Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed is forcing the People's Democratic Party PDP leadership into re-strategizing and evaluation. Find out how on VMedia. First though, subscribe, like, share and comment. Thank you. How Bala's sneeze forced PDP leaders into precipitate troubleshooting. The presence of immediate past Gombe State Governor Dr. Ibrahim Hassan Dakwambo in the camp of Governor Nyesom Wike was noted as a big pointer that all was not well within the Northeast Geopolitical Zonal Caucus of People's Democratic Party (PDP). But before the friction that separated Wike's group from the faction headed by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Bauchi State Governor Senator Bala Mohammed had complained about Atiku's interest and participation in the contest for the 2023 PDP presidential ticket. Bala contended that the former vice president had had his days in the presidential contest and should therefore support younger and emerging leaders from the zone. Yet, while he was making a strong argument for paradigm change in leadership, most of Atiku's supporters contended that the Bauchi state governor should concentrate on seeking a second term instead of dabbling into presidential contest. They also expressed the belief that having lost the 2019 presidential contest narrowly to President Muhammadu Buhari, the former vice president stood a greater chance to win the 2023 presidential poll than Senator Bala. But Bala, a former minister for the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), had always had his eyes on national politics, especially after his stay in the Senate was cut short by former President Goodluck Jonathan, who appointed him into the federal cabinet. Even when the Jonathan administration lost the 2015 general election, Bala showed interest in becoming the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). It was strongly held that Ahmed Gulak's decision to drag PDP through court by challenging the office of acting chairman occupied by Prince Uche Secondus was ostensibly to pave the way for Bala to take over. Gulak had insisted that not only does the PDP constitution not have a place for an acting chairman, but also that the post of national chairman remained zoned to northeast after the Walin Bauchi, Dr. Adamu Muazu, resigned from the office. Perhaps, knowing that Bala was scheming to run for president, some state governors went to bring in Senator Ali Modu Sheriff, SAS, for the position, in the belief that with a famed deep pocket and grassroots following, the former Borno state governor was better suited to lead PDP to a return electoral contest in 2019. However, having avoided Bala and his presidential aspiration, the PDP playmakers ran into a bigger problem, because no sooner than Sheriff mounted the saddle as the party's national chairman that he started plotting to ride on the horse by himself to the presidential battle. It was in the ensuing struggle to retrieve PDP from SAS, which was akin to retrieving a glass from a chipmunk, that the former governing party went to deep crisis, leading to the twice postponed national convention that gave rise to Ahmed McCarthy's appointment as caretaker national chairman. By the time that PDP returned to near normalcy, Bala had started activating the aspiration to govern Bauchi State, and with the unwritten convention that only state governors are qualified to seek the party's presidential ticket once sworn into office as governor after winning the 2019 gubernatorial poll, Bala reawakened his presidential dream. It could be recalled that, like Bala, Gombe State Governor Dr. Ibrahim Dakwambo had aspired to fly the PDP presidential flag in 2019 until Atiku Abubakar crossed over back to PDP from the All Progressives Congress (APC). The party held its national convention in 2017. Dakwambo and the caretaker chairman Senator McCarthy were the two names making the rounds as potential presidential hopeful for the 2019 poll. Dakwambo's chances were so bright that it was popularly held that he would run a joint ticket with former Cross River State Governor Mr. Donald Duke to give APC and President Buhari a run for their money. But during a consultative meeting, Otumba Gbenga Daniel, who was Atiku's Director General, pleaded with Dakwambo to step down for the former vice president, since according to the former Ogun State governor, you still have time ahead of you. It happened that Dakwambo, McCarthy, Sule Lamido, Atahiru Bafarawa, and other presidential aspirants, except Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, agreed in principle to step down for Atiku. With that understanding, it was easy for Atiku to come tops at the Port Harcourt Special Convention and presidential primary, beating the former Senate President Bukola Saraki and Tambuwal, who was stoutly supported by Governor Wike. However, in the build-up to the 2023 general election, Bala believed that the odds favored him to contest the PDP presidential ticket, more so when benevolent fortitude had placed on the saddle as Bauchi State Chief Executive a critical qualification for the contest. Yet, knowing that Atiku was also oiling his political machinery to participate in the race, the Bauchi State Governor, in an overt attempt at demarketing the former vice president, declared that Atiku was too old for the office. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. As a follow-up, and as if to avert the pre-2019 scenario when presidential aspirants were asked to support Atiku's aspiration, Bala supported a consensus plan by the Northern Elders Forum led by Professor Ango Abdullahi. But noticing the ambush, Atiku opted out of the consensus plan, insisting rather that he should be considered for a right of first refusal to the PDP presidential ticket. Having moved ahead with the efforts to trim down the number of presidential aspirants from the north, NEF arrived at the names of Bala Mohammed and Saraki. The outcome, which did not favor the Sokoto state governor, caused Tambuwal to stonewall. He downplayed the NEF position that is part of the country, Northwest, has produced two presidents in the current dispensation. Tambuwal was to play his final card during the PDP presidential primary by stepping down for Atiku, a development that led to the former vice president's eventual triumph against Wike. Ever since Atiku clinched the PDP presidential ticket, the former vice president failed to come to terms with Bala's insistence on going the whole hog in contesting against him instead of stepping down, at least for the sake of the Northeast zonal solidarity. But given that a good general does not fight wars on two fronts, Atiku was forced to retrace his steps by bending down backwards to involve Bala when the Bauchi state governor complained of being sidelined. Indeed, close-off associates of the former vice president were said to have developed a scheme that could make Bala's re-election very tough. Having got wind of the plot against his re-election, especially instances of anti-party behavior among some PDP stalwarts in Bauchi, Bala fired a letter to the national leaders of the party. That's the news, guys. Bye.